ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe.
There's a little butt hair coming up. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Sandman Build-A-Figure Waves Shocker. If you're trying to pick up this figure, you can pre-order it right now.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Gotta give a big thanks to Xmanny87 for making this review happen, as half this wave was my Christmas gift this year. Thank you so much, bro. Follow him on Instagram, link in the description below. I'm very excited for this Shocker, as you guys saw in the unboxing. Anyway, on the side you can see Shocker right over there, and then on the very back you can see a nice product shot. There's a read-up. If you want to read it, pause it now. There's the other figures from the wave, and then there's Shocker again. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the Shocker out of the packaging, and man, I went back and forth as far as how I felt about this figure. Initially, of course, I was very excited about it, and then after opening it up, I was kind of bummed out about the figure, and then once I started posing it around with my Spider-Man figure, then I was very happy about it once again. So it is fun to pose. I really like these effects over here. At first I didn't. I felt like it didn't really represent how I'm used to seeing them in the comics, but after using them in some photos, now I like them again. I do have some gripes about it, which I'll definitely get into, but for the most part I do like this piece. So anyway, let's get a closer look at those effects, and then we'll take a closer look at the Shocker. So obviously we get two of these effects pieces over here, and they do look very good. I like this pearlescent sheen that we get over them. That looks very nice to me, and I really like the gradient orange into yellow. That's very cool. Looking on the back of them, they look pretty neat, and they are semi-translucent, so I think that's pretty cool. And of course, we've seen them before. Here's the Havoc Effects piece right there, so it's the same sculpted piece, just painted differently. Now, when I think of Shocker's Concussive Blast, I don't think of this right away. This doesn't really come to mind, and I've actually made my own Concussive Blast from back in the day with my original Shocker figure, just taking a twisty tie, and, you know, I just did this just a second ago really quick to make it look like, you know, it's like this wave of force coming through. But many artists have used many different colors for their effects for the Shocker. You know, we've seen green, we've seen blue, we've seen orange, so this isn't wrong or anything. It's just not what I think of right away. So that kind of bummed me out at first, but you know, actually using them for photos and everything made me appreciate them more. And you can just attach them to his wrist or his fists if you'd like. I tend to just smoosh it right on there, and then smoosh, and then just smoosh right in there. You know, smooshed. I don't know, just to see how one of the Havoc effects looks on the Shocker, I actually think that looks pretty cool. Like I've said, I've seen many colors, green, blue, yellow, and orange colors, but I don't know, the blue kind of looks neat. I'm kind of digging it. I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, so we get another big head figure, and yeah, there's people that disagree with me with that, or they don't know where I'm coming from, and just to explain myself over here, I'm surrounded by artists. My brother is a professional artist, one of my very best friends. Rudy Nisquejo is an artist for Image Comics. He actually works with Nick Spencer on Morning Glories, and Nick Spencer was the writer of the Superior Foes of Spider-Man, which had the Shocker in it. So, and I just texted Rodine, and he was telling me, yeah, the head does look a bit big, as well as the shoulders looking too low. So the neck over here, and artists need to study anatomy. They have to know that stuff really well to draw characters and, you know, draw the human body. So the neck is long. This is a Bucky Cap mold over here, so, you know, I'm kind of used to seeing that. And I guess to make up for it, they have to make the head a little bit bigger for it to fit with it. It just looks a little big to me. It just looks a little large. Now, as far as the expression goes on this head sculpt, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit, you know, having one eye kind of smaller than this one right here. At first, I thought this was like a reused Blizzard head sculpt, but it's not. Mr. Phils was like, no, brother, that's brand new. Look at that. We get brand new sculpted seams right here at the top. Not looking too bad. And I do like the black around the white over there. Now, of course, I always wish that we can get, you know, some sculpted lines in here for this whole quilted pattern, but, you know, knowing where we're at right now with Hasbro, I knew that's not going to happen with this figure, so I'm not surprised, nor am I extremely disappointed about that. And the brown looks pretty solid over here. And we do get these new forearms, and we get some very well sculpted gauntlets over here. I love how it looks like cast iron. Nice silver paint over there, too, so I'm really digging these. That looks really cool. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Same thing on this side. Looks very good. And then we get some brown pegs. So you can't do different colors on the opposite sides of the pegs, which is always a little irritating. And it gets a little splotchy with the paint here and there, but I gotta say, for the majority of all this cross-hatching, it does look good to me. You know, there are tiny little paint slop mistakes, but for the most part, I will say I like it. And we get some knee pads over here, which I wish kind of had a cast iron look to. Well, I guess it wouldn't make sense, but I don't know. I just feel like these are a little out of place, but I don't know. Not that terrible. Then we get the peg holes at the bottom of the feet, as we expect from a Bucky Cap figure. And then there's the shocker butt, and there's the whole peg on his back. Not looking too bad. And as we look at the figure from just a little farther away, I mean, come on, man. You can tell that that head is too big, right? Right? Come on. Agree with me. You must agree. No, you don't have to agree. But anyway, I'm going to get into the articulation, even though we've seen this body mold dozens of times before. His head can look up fairly good. I like that. And it moves down very far. You get side-to-side movement over here, and no head pivot, really. Just a tiny little wobble. Would have been nice to get those lines on that disc hinge in there, but I'm not expecting that. Yeah, my standards just keep dropping. Anyway, his arms move outward pretty far. They move down just that much. They move forward. He has a bicep swivel, double-jointed elbows, wrist swivel. They hinge up and down. He has a decent ab crunch, moving back only a little bit. Waist swivel, hips move outward that much. He can kick forward pretty far and back some. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, calf rotation, ankles move down, up, and he has ankle pivot. And then here's the figure at its widest stance possible, with both feet still flat on the floor. And I'm kind of noticing that this left hip joint right here can move outward a little bit more than the right one, right? Am I tripping off of this? But that looks just a little bit strange. One thing I wanted to point out earlier that I forgot to mention is that his left arm cannot straighten out all the way. That frustrates me. This one, you can get it closer to, you know, a straight projection blast, but it kind of frustrates me that I can't bend this elbow all the way straight. And to measure out this shocker figure, you can see that he's standing right at 6.5 inches tall. And then for your Marvel Legends shocker comparison, we have our new Hasbro Marvel Legends shocker compared to the not Marvel Legend, but the Spider-Man series shocker that came out several years ago. And then big thanks to my brother Rick Mang for giving this to me as a gift for my birthday several years ago. This figure's head looks way too small, you know, so you have one shocker that has a head that's a little too big, and then this one's just a little too small. It looks even smaller because he's hunching forward like that. So I don't know, man, which one do you prefer? I really like that we do get sculpted lines over here, and this is more of an original look for the shocker, but this one looks like it's going to fit in better with my Superior Foes setup. And then to compare shocker to the rest of the Sinister Six figures that we have so far, and yes, they call themselves the Sinister Six even though there are 5 of them. So all we're missing is Overdrive. You can see Boomerang and Shocker have the same Bucky Cap mold over here, and yeah, see, Shocker's head's just a little bit bigger. Have I made my point yet? And then here's our Marvel Legends Shocker next to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. Hey Shocker, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to do this. So with all my little nitpicks and everything, I still really like this figure. I had the most fun posing this figure around with my Pizza Spider-Man figure, giving him one energy production blast right there, and then using the other one to like have Spider-Man getting hit by, or putting it somewhere close to Spider-Man, like how he's dodging it. So I thought that was pretty cool. To get a bunch of these all stacked in a row, that would be pretty awesome. But anyway, I hope you guys thought this review was awesome. If you did, please hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. You don't have to hit the subscribe button if you've already subscribed. That'll actually make you unsubscribed. So if you're already subscribed, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you know when my latest video is being uploaded. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it's over at marvelousnews.com, and I have figures, t-shirts, and music for sale over at ShartimusPrime.net. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Kicking forward, and then this is just